Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel Chemistry by ANR. The topic that we are going to discuss today is electrochemistry, which is a unit of class 12, chapter 2. Now, it is the study of the relationship. Electro means what? Electricity. The term electro means electricity. Chemistry means something related to chemical reaction. So, it is the study of relationship between electrical energy and chemical energy and their interconversions, means electrical to chemical and chemical to electrical. Now, when we are studying about electrochemistry, we have to study about electrochemical cell, galvanic cell or voltaic cell. All these three terms are used, and one such example is Daniell cell. The working of the Daniell cell will be there in my next video, that is the part 2. Now we need to know what is an electrochemical cell. A device in which the chemical energy of a redox reaction, that means a redox reaction takes place and the chemical energy of the redox reaction is converted to electrical energy. So remember one thing, that in these types of cell, the redox reaction is not direct redox, but the redox reaction is indirect redox reaction. That means two different chambers are used, and in these two different chambers oxidation reduction takes place differently, and they are externally connected by a salt bridge, and of course electrodes will be there. When I will draw the setup, I will give the complete setup. I am just telling you the meaning of indirect redox reaction. Indirect redox reaction means that the redox reaction, that is reduction and oxidation, is occurring in different chambers. That is indirect redox reaction. Now, the example is Daniell cell. Now, what is a redox reaction? Where oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Such a reaction is known as redox reaction. Now, oxidation and reduction in terms of exchange of electron, what is that? Oil rig, you should remember, that is oxidation is loss of electron and reduction is gain of electron. So oxidation is loss of electron, reduction is gain of electron. Remember that the electron that is lost, that means the process is oxidation, and that which causes the oxidation is oxidizing agent, and that which causes reduction, that is gain of electron, is reducing agent. Now, an oxidizing agent itself gets reduced, so oxidizing agent should gain electron, and a reducing agent should itself get oxidized, so a reducing agent should undergo loss of electron. Now this is the chemical reaction in the ionic form I have written, that is Zn plus Cu2 plus, which you will see in the Daniell cell also. Zn plus Cu2 plus, what happens? Zinc undergoes loss of electron. How many electron? It forms Zn2 plus. So you know that zinc undergoes loss of electron, minus 2 electron, and it forms Zn2 plus. And this 2 electron is gained by Cu2 plus. This 2 electron is gained by Cu2 plus, and it deposits copper, solid copper, reddish deposition. So since zinc undergoes loss of electron, this process is oxidation, and copper undergoes gain of electron, so undergoes reduction. Okay, copper means Cu2 plus, copper ion, and it deposits metallic copper. Now, metallic and electrolytic conductors, there is a difference between metallic conductor and electrolytic conductor. For that, first we need to know what are conductors, and if they are not conductors, what are they? Substances that allow electric current to flow through them, they are conductors. That is, when current flows through those substances. Those substances are known as conductors, and which do not permit the flow of current, they are known as insulators. That is, if those substances are unable to allow the current to pass through, they are insulators. So conductors are of two types. One is metallic conductor, the other is electrolytic conductor. Metallic conductor matlab they are electronic conductors. Why? Because they conduct electricity by the help of free electrons, by the mobility of the free electrons in a particular direction. Now, will the electrons flow as it is? No. It flows when a potential difference is applied across the ends of the conductor. Then it will flow. Now, they do not undergo any chemical change. Metallic conductor doesn't cause any chemical change to occur due to the passage of the current. The conductance now decreases with rise in temperature. Metallic conductor is causing conduction due to the mobility of the free electron. Now, what happens when the temperature rises? The resistance to the flow of electricity increases, and thus the conductance decreases. So you see, the conductance decreases with rise in temperature as the residual positively charged ions, which are known as kernels, they start vibrating at high temperature and collide with each other with some of the free electrons as well, thus increasing the resistance. So this is a complete answer why the conductance decreases with rise in temperature for metallic conductor. Now, what happens in electrolytic conductor? It is electrolytic conductors are also known as electrolyte. Why? Because they are those substances that dissociate into ions, cations and anions in their molten or in aqueous solution state. They conduct electricity not due to the free electrons but due to the movement of ions. Now, they can undergo chemical decomposition due to the reduction of cation at cathode. Reduction is gain of electron. Cations will gain electron, and oxidation of anions. Oxidation is loss of electron. Anions are having extra electron that can be lost at anode on application of potential difference to them across the electrodes if you give potential difference. Now, their conductance increases with rise in temperature. This is in contrary to the metallic conductor. In metallic conductor, the conductance was decreasing with rise in temperature due to the increase in the resistance to the flow of the electron. But here what is happening? There is increase in the conductance due to the higher mobility of ions at high temperature. When temperature increases, the mobility of the ions also increases, for which the conductance increases. Now, electrolytes can be acids also, bases also, salts as well. Why? Because all these acids, bases, salts, they give ions in their molten or aqueous solution state. Now, similarly, substances that do not furnish ions, they are what? They are the non-electrolytes. They can be sugar, urea, and they will not be able to conduct electric current. So this is the topic that shows the difference between types of conductor: metallic conductor, electrolytic conductor. Bye all of you.